Hello, I'm William Stewart, co-founder of Teleios. Welcome back to our verse-by-verse study on the book of Mark. We're in chapter 7. Christ is in the last year of his ministry, we believe here, heading slowly towards Jerusalem for the final time for his death and resurrection. He has been in Galilee and is slowly heading towards the Gentile areas. He has just gotten through talking to the Pharisees and never really his friends and talking to him about their hypocrisy. We come to another parable today, and starting with verse 14. So we had called all the people to him. So this is apart from the Pharisees. In the last story, he said, "Hearken unto me." Hearken here, don't really use that in modern English. It means hear me. So hearken unto me, every one of you, and understand. There's nothing from without a man that enters into him that could defile him. So things outside of us don't cause sin. But the things which come out of him, these are the things that defile a man. So then he explains this. Well, he didn't explain it quite yet, and the disciples were baffled. So they asked him, Christ says in 18, they really should have understood, and that whatever thing from without goes into a man, it cannot defile him. So I think he's specifically talking about food that you would eat. Food itself does not cause sin. So he explains it, 19, because it doesn't enter into his heart and cause a change in the heart, but it goes into the belly and it goes right through the intestine and out. And so it's purged from the body. And then he said, that which comes out of the man defiles the man. For from within, out of the heart of men proceed evil thoughts. Adultery, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, and pride. All these are evil things from within and defile the man. So again, we have another parable. Christ is talking in parables to teach with the thought that perhaps some people might understand and come to Christ, come to believe in him as Messiah. They're probably directed more towards the Pharisees to make them think, potentially aggravate them. Probably a lot the latter, because we know the Pharisees, or the Jews in general, the unbelieving Jews, were under a curse not to perceive and understand. So this is fulfilling a prophecy. These parables from Psalm 78:2, probably further to antagonize them, and maybe hopefully even that would drive them towards Messiah, realizing their complete lack of understanding. He seems to talk also to the parables to his disciples, as he did here, but he seems to explain at least some of them, if not all of them. If he's explaining all of them, all of these explanations are not in Scripture. Some are, like the parable of the sower, or in Matthew, the parable of the tares. He explains this one, basically saying man in and of himself is bad. The things that come out of his heart are bad, not what he takes in. Man is by nature depraved or fallen or evil. And this comes from the Garden of Eden. The sin of Adam made us all fall into depravity with a corrupted genome, perhaps, that is now sinful, that's passed down from generation to generation. That's why Christ said in 1 Corinthians 15:17, even if you have forgiveness, you're still in your sin, because the body, your heart, it is in and of itself sin, and God cannot be in the presence of sin. But of course, it's Christ on the cross, his broken body, that allows God to graciously look at our bodies of those who have come to believe as having died with Christ and risen with Christ to a new life, a new body like Christ had when he rose, and we have a new body that God considers. So we can come to him in prayer, into his presence. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to do this. And of course, also come to salvation. So, this parable appears to be teaching us that it's nothing outside that causes us to be depraved. We are naturally depraved. Okay, thanks for joining me. We'll continue with Christ's final missionary tour next time. We'll zoom out a little bit and some great stories here, and teaches us a lot about who God is, who man is, who Christ was on earth, and of course who is. I'll look forward to seeing you next time.